Now, of course, this is our national symbol, and they have not been without their struggles. So, you know, we had some serious problems with these birds years ago, and their numbers were declining very rapidly, to the point that we had no nesting bald eagles in Indiana. We started hurting their habitat a little bit, right? Draining wetlands, things like that. That was always a bit of a problem for bald eagles. But then we came up with this, what we thought was absolutely fantastic bug killer spray called DDT that we used for many years. The problem was we noticed we weren't having any young eaglets. What was happening is we were spraying DDT, this awesome bug killer, on our crops. It was going on our crops, then it made its way down into our groundwater. From there, into our creeks, rivers, lakes, ponds, and of course, from there into the fish. Well, that's one of the primary foods for the bald eagle is fish. So as these adult bald eagles were eating the fish that were in the rivers and lakes and ponds and creeks, they were building this poison, this DDT, this toxic chemical that kills insects so well, in their bodies. The problem was when they started laying their eggs, the eggs they laid were so fragile that just sitting on the egg to keep it warm like they do, the eggs would crumble. When we use these chemicals like this, it takes a long time to get it out of the waterways and in the animals it's in, like those fish. It just doesn't disappear overnight. So we kind of waited, and really eagles were not making much of a comeback. So between 1985 and 1989, they brought in 73 eaglets. They came from Minnesota and from Alaska, and they brought them to Monroe Reservoir. They'll be ready to fledge, which means leave the nest at 10 to 12 weeks. But they're not going to be ready to have their own family for 4 to 5 years. So this takes some kind of long-term thinking. If you get 50% of any population of these raptors that survives till breeding season, till breeding age, you're doing pretty good. So about 50% of them succeeded, came back into our region. They're doing very well now in our state. These guys aren't really quite out of the woods yet as far as danger goes. They are off the endangered species list. That's a good thing. But they're still considered a species of concern or a threatened species. Now in the state, we probably have at least 500 full-time, year-round resident eagles in the state of Indiana.